We're back into it. It's the Ballito Pro presented by O'Neill. A fresh heat on deck now as you're joining us in the round of 96 surfers. We're splitting it in half. 4-man heats is the story on the qualifying series here with 2 advancing. Who will it be as we pose the question to you, the viewers all around the world? Kalani Ball, the talented Australian out of Stanwell Park, takes on J.Willcox from the west side of Australia. Watch for the ever-pheasant, sparky surfing of Thiago Camarao and Torrey Meister. And certainly, as you mentioned, Paul, this is the Dolphin Coast. Very beautiful, reliable waves in the region. Yeah, no waves yet as you watch all kinds of frenetics take place. This is how it used to be in the old days. It's called the old school rules. Man on the inside has right of way. It will be Torrey Meister who gets the opening ride of heat number 12 here. This could be another interesting heat on deck. You saw a lot of frustration come out of that last heat.
But I mean, that left bowl is still looking good. Here we see J.Willcox in a nice looking right-hander. Surfing super fast, gets a couple of nice little turns off the lip. There's plenty on offer out there. There's the right running down the bank and that inside left bowl running towards the rocks. Guys are getting good scores on that.
And when I was like right to about to get in my heat, I saw the lefts and I tried my best to just go in the right ones, and I think it works.
So able to find a couple of combination of waves on the inside there was a little tricky.
Yeah, it was kind of tricky, and then the heat was a bit stronger. I thought I was a commentator. I was talking about Matthew Wilson and Conor Leary all the time. I said, those are the guys, and I know.
It's absolutely beautiful, buttery, windless on the east coast of South Africa as we get Torrey Meister, the energetic surfer out of Maui, going on wave number 2.
It's great. Here we see a wave. Kalani Ball going towards the left-hand bowl. Great first turn. Another nice wrapping second turn. And a third. Looking for that inside connection before the rocks pop up. And he gets a nice couple more hits on the inside. So, yeah, those lefts really run down the beach quite nicely. And then we see Kalani Ball's wave going onto the left-hand bowl. Quite similar. Just, I think Jacob, got a little bit more vertical. But Kalani got some nice wrapping turns, and then this last hit off the lip here, that was nice, throwing lots of spray.
Yep, good stuff from the surfer from Stanwell Park. Willcox did on the other side of it.
Sure, he's got such a nice low bottom turn, and he really unleashes off the top. Great technique, just drawn out as the rights, but they give you good opportunity.
Well, here's Torrey Meister answering straight back now to Kalani Ball. Took Kalani a little while to get going there. You spoke about getting a quick and early start in these small mixed-up beach break conditions. A 3 comes in for J.Willcox here, as you see now interest being shown for the second wave of Kalani Ball. Here he goes. He opened up with a 5.1 on the left-handers, goes straight back to repeat here. Nice punchy 3-turn combination there on the backhand in what is kind of maybe the smallest day we'll see here at the QS 10,000.
Ruthless tour, really, but you got to have the fight in you to go throughout the whole year. And we see Torrey Meister working towards the inside bowl. He's trying to keep alive there. There's been a bit of a flurry in the last couple of minutes. The ocean's kind of just come alive a bit, and there's been some nice scores dropped. Just such incredible memories.
So a third at a championship tour event was your best result if you look at an individual event finish. Well, great to have the voice of Paul Canning alongside us here as we continue with the action on the inside. Torrey Meister getting upside down here. Quick 2 maneuvers for the Australian in red. Now Thiago Camarao, easily the most experienced and longest serving campaigner. Paul, if you think you did, what did you do, 10 years on tour?
Yeah, it was about 10 years. Yeah, and it definitely does get easier. And like you say, you start learning the tricks of traveling, through the airports and what airlines to use. And yeah, we see Torrey Meister. He's actually one of our Team O'Neill guys. And so he's trying to fight his way back in this heat. He had a nice wave earlier, just throwing a air reverse there at the end, but not managing to pull it off.
Morocco, who spends most of his time on the mainland in Europe. He's coming up against Geordie Smith, Imai Kalani, DeVault, and Luel Felipe in the next heat. It looks like the scorecard is open for this one.
Oh, here we see J.Willcox, nice wrapping cutback on that first turn. And another slashing turn, throwing lots of spray and building up some speed. And just going for the air there.
Mayor, Dolly Govender, and everybody on the council here for just really sewing into and showcasing what is such an amazing part of South Africa. Of course, just such a representation of our Rainbow Nation. great economic stimulation in the area as you watch. Talking of stimulating, lots of speed down the line here for Kalani Ball, the Australian from the south side of Sydney. He's keeping himself very involved. He is the heat leader, 6.13 and a 5.1 for Kalani.
Managing to pull it off. And Kalani Ball on the right. This was a very nice wave. Nice first turn, low off the bottom. It's like, almost like a Taylor Knox looking bottom turn. Very nice and low. And then forecasting down the line and getting the last hit off the lip, throwing lots of spray.
Just gathering in some scores here. You see him on screen there, our surfer in blue. High repetition of waves here. It's just in the 2 foot, the odd 3 foot set we've seen. We are expecting new south swell. Here's Thiago Camarao upside down on the first maneuver. Now out on the face, looking to just attack the inside bowl. Out on that last one for Thiago. Second wave of the set here, J.Willcox. Nice little whip there. Mentioned how sparky he was looking at Paul. Complicated there. Meanwhile, on the other side of the peak was Torrey Meister. You know, the last couple of heats we've been getting almost 30 to 40 waves ridden, where every surfer's getting near the double digits, you know, because it's such a quick turnaround in the shore break. Another shot at the Corona Bali protected, and of course at the Margaret River event as well. So we're watching to see how J.Willcox navigates the remaining minutes of the heat. That's going to get the attention of the man with priority, Kalani Ball. Lovely open cutback there. Now down the line he goes. I must say I saw a very sparky performance from Kaya Abeli a couple of heats ago, getting heat-winning scores on the right-hander. So they are out there, even though we've seen a lot of lefts going on. Look at that 7.13 here, Paul.
Yeah, so he takes off and he does a little cutback just to get himself in the rhythm of the wave, you know, in the same speed as the wave's moving down the bank, and then he sees it running down. This was the nice turn here. Nice throws, lots of spray, and then a nice closeout, gets the whole board out the water, throws the tail, and it was really ridden out nice and smoothly.
Very short last of red, but a 7.13 for Kalani Ball has kind of set the pace now for the heat. Following the live action, this is how quick we're turning things around already. Wave number 9 for Torrey Meister. He'll get it out into the air, and well, almost sort of digging his way through that. Sunscreen mask he's got on there as well. Having a look at J.Willcox. This is our 4th place surfer. We've seen him showcased. This is one of those surfers that you think could go all the way to championship to a level. It surely should happen over the next season or two. A wrap up here. Looks like that 7.13 and that 6.13 are going to go a long way towards seeing Kalani Ball get a heat win. Yeah, this is J.Willcox still on the hunt for just a 3.34. He's been squeezed into this wave selection by the clock itself. He's absolutely just trying to pound anything he can out of this. So the Western Australian in blue is out of the story here in Ballito. We are now hanging on for a score for Thiago Camarao. I can tell you right now that the judges are having a full relook at it. And with that number awaiting, we'll throw to an ad break and we'll continue for more as we invite our special guest, Sal Masekela, in.